What is going on, guys? You know what we're going to go over today? We are going to go over Whatnot. Why? Because it's one of the main apps I use. So if you don't know, let's go.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt.
What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another one. It is your boy Conehead, and today we are going to discuss Whatnot. Whatnot, the app. If you don't know what Whatnot is, it is an auction app. It is a spot where you can buy what you want. Now, Whatnot is getting bigger and bigger, and they are trying to move into more stuff. But obviously, we're going to talk about comic stuff, right? Now, Whatnot was big into baseball cards. That's what it started off with, like baseball trading cards, sports trading cards, all that. And they got into the pops, buying and selling pops too. So it was a place for that. Now we are into comics, omnibuses, even statues. So what is Whatnot again? Whatnot is an auction app. It's a place where you can go and you can find the person that you are. A lot of the people you should know that they should have a reputation. Now, in order to get on Whatnot, you have to turn in this whole thing. So they got to see your channel. They want like a background on you. They want to know what you're going to sell. They want to see videos of, your following and everything. They want to see if you got a following and everything. You can't just get on Whatnot and start selling, all right? You can't do it. It's not eBay, which is a good thing about Whatnot versus eBay, because we all know eBay is an auction website too. Now, when you're getting on eBay, you can type in what you want, and chances are you're going to find it, right? That don't work on Whatnot, so that might be a downfall for you. But here's the thing. When you go to eBay and you type in what you want and you find what you want, you could bid on it. You could be bidding on it for days. You could be bidding on it for weeks. You might get outbid at the last second. You might get sniped at the last second. And if you don't know what sniping is, that's where someone comes in at the last second and overbids on you. Now, Whatnot prevents sniping. So what they do is, as soon as because we're on a time clock here, we only get it a certain amount of times now. Certain amount of time. Now, the seller, remember, now I'm doing this from a buying standpoint, but I have looked up a lot into Whatnot. So a seller picks that time, right? So we're going to do 1 minute or 30 seconds. Let's say we do 30 seconds to make it go a little bit quicker. At the end of that 30 seconds, we're down to 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. All of a sudden, someone bids, right? Let's say whatever it was going for $27. Someone bids $28. You can custom bid, or you can just hit that yellow button, which is the bid button, and it will automatically bid for you over that amount. Now, if you bid in the last 2 seconds, we're not going to go 2-1-0. All right, you won. No. What Whatnot does is they add another 10 seconds to the clock, which leads so that there's no sniping, right? You can't just go in there, snipe, and think you won. Nope, it gives that time for that last person to say, hey, is it worth for me to bid another $1 or whatever, and keep on bidding, okay? So we can keep on adding time to it. We're not going to get screwed if we want it and somebody tries to snipe at the last second. So no sniping, right? We're no sniping, so that's a plus. The other one is, like I said, the people on Whatnot should have your reputation. And you know that Whatnot checks everything. So, and plus, here's another thing. The seller don't even get paid until they ship it. Whatnot holds the money until they ship it, okay? So, they're not going to take the money and just run. They can't. Or they won't get the money. They have to ship it in order to get the money. Now, shipping is a big thing that everybody asks about too, is how much is shipping and what is shipping. Shipping is it's not dealt with the seller, okay? Even though the seller's got to still ship it out, the seller doesn't do anything to do with shipping and the price, okay? So what Whatnot does is, it's like a little background thing that they're doing in the back. They're going to figure out where point A is and point B is, because you already have all your information in there, and obviously they know the seller. So they got point A, you put your information in there, your point B. So as soon as you bid on that, the only thing the seller's doing is putting in the weight. So when they put in the weight, it calculates it right away and says, hey, from point A to point B is $14. So you can't say how much is shipping on this, okay? Nobody can tell you how much is shipping on this because they don't know what your point A to point B is. So you might be, here to here, which is farther, so you might be $24 for shipping. You might be here to here, so you might be $14 for shipping. Now, the good thing about this is after this happens, guys, everything is only $1. So you can keep on bidding and bidding. If you want something else, it's only $1. You want something else, it's only $1. You want something else, it's only $1 for shipping, not for whatever you're bidding on. There's that big yellow button, which makes it hard not to bid, okay? And the cool thing too about this is it's not YouTube. So you can go out of the app and look up other stuff and still have that app playing in the background. So they did beat YouTube on that with I can go out of the app but still be looking at other stuff and it's still playing in the background. Only thing I'm going to tell you is to be careful when you do that, because if you come back on it and your thumb is right on that yellow button, there's a good chance you could hit that bid button and you don't know what that bidding is. So does it get high price? Yes, it does get high price. A lot of people start off at $1, which is amazing. But sometimes somebody might bid up if they think it's worth it. Somebody might custom bid. You might see it go, 1, 2, 5, 8, 10, 14, 20, 30, and all of a sudden someone put 300. Boom, it's 300. Is it worth it for you to hurry up? And you better make sure you didn't hit that bid button right afterwards, because now you're 303. So you got to be careful with that too. The other thing is, when people custom bid, sometimes they screw up and they'll put too many zeros in there, and they'll be like $20,000 for something that's not worth $20,000, obviously. So, you can get kicked off or whatnot, so you got to be careful. They will delete your account if you back out of something. They can kick you off of that, so you got to be careful with that. Now, there's a tag on the bottom right corner, guys. If you click that tag, it will pull up what the seller is selling, or they might have buy it nows, or they might have giveaways. So if you go to that tag in the bottom right corner and then you pull it up, it'll show all their lots of what they're selling. So here's the thing. Not everybody does it. Not everybody fills it out. Some people would just do lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, lot 4. And some people will put all the information into everything that they're selling. Now, when you put all the information on it, you can't go on the fly, really. You're kind of looking up everything, which is a good thing, though, because I can go and say this. Let's go with the omnibus. Say the omnibus is still, it's not out of print. Let's say it's omnibus, if you don't know, is these bigger, thicker comic books. Say it's not out of print. Okay, if it's not out of print, and you can go buy that omnibus for $80, and maybe you get free shipping on it, or maybe it costs a little bit more, $10 for shipping or whatever, you might want to calculate that, because some people, maybe they're in a different country, because Whatnot does sell to or ship to everywhere. Like I said, they already checked that point A to point B, so they will ship anywhere. So you might want to check that, because maybe in this country they're not getting this book, but you can get it for $80. So they might be willing to bid a little bit higher, and you're going to be like, I mean, it's up to you. You might want to just support the seller because you know who the seller is, so you're just going to bid over. Or you might want to not spend that money just because you're on an auction. Now, that's the thing with the auction, too, is that it's kind of like an addiction. You just want to hit that button just because it's there, right? You just want to be part of it. You just want to show people that you can boom, 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 and hit the bam button. So, and it's just because it's fun, and it's a little bit of adrenaline and all that. So you got to be careful with that. Don't hit that button unless you, like I said, if you're trying to support the seller, by all means. But if you're just trying to, maybe get a little bit of discount on it, sometimes that happens. It depends on how many people in the room, how many followers they got. A lot of people come from YouTube and switch over to Whatnot, so they bring their following with them. But I mean, you could go live on YouTube and have, 30,000, 20,000 people, following you. You switch over and you might not get that. Also, when you go live on YouTube, you might have 500-600 people watching you, where you switch over to Whatnot and you only have 200 people. So you might, even though you have the following, you might not get that following all with you over there. So again, you might have a chance as a buyer, again, to get that at a discounted price. Yeah, the seller probably wants you to spend a little bit more. Sometimes the seller's like, hey, don't go overpriced, but some people will no matter what because it's that button, or like I said, they're in a different country and maybe they just can't get it, and so it's easier for them just to boom, hit it. Now there is all different kinds of stuff that they sell in this comic industry of whatnot. We got raw comics, CGCs, to omnibuses, to statues. So some people, like I said, will list everything out. When they're listing everything out, you can go do your research, like I said, and check it. Some people would just put lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, lot 4. You have no idea what the lots are, but that means they can do it on the fly. So there's a lot of people in there that ask, hey, do you got this book? Hey, do you got this? Hey, do you got this? Well, go to that tag first before you start asking, hey, do you got this? Hey, do you got this? They might add it, but they might be on a certain time. They might only be doing it for an hour, or they could be doing it for 2 hours, or they could be doing it for 3 hours. So if they're only doing it for like an hour, chances are that list that they got is all they're going to do. So before you start asking, hey, do you got this? Hey, do you got this? Go to that tag on the bottom right corner, and it will pull up everything that they're selling. Check that. Once you check it, go through it, and then you can see what they're selling. Now, like I said, that is a big difference between eBay and that, because on eBay you can be like, boo, 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 yes, this is what I was looking for. On this, you can't. You only go and buy what they're selling. So when it comes to the lots, now when people do it lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, lot 4, a lot of them are doing it on the fly. They might have a little bit more time. So you can ask them, hey, you got this, hey, you got this. Now, I'm not saying you can't ask the other person, because they might be able to add in something at the end if they have it. And then, hurry up and put it in. Now, adding in takes a little bit of time, which is why some people that are doing lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, they usually have a couple people working with them so they can pull it up and one's typing it in. Because you got to put all this information in there, including the weight. So if they're doing lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, you can be like, hey, you got this one. They might be able to add it if they have it. So again, you got to compare shipping to, are you going to pay for upgraded shipping when you go to, so let's say, buy some omnibuses, and you get the 5-6 books you're buying at one time? Then you're paying, $300-$400 for the books, and it's costing you $20-$30 for shipping. Where this, it's going to charge you X amount and then $1 for every book. So it don't really matter how many books you buy. You might still be under what you're going to pay over here, although that's USPS versus because usually USPS is free when you go to a website, so always look at the differences there. You're not getting UPS, okay? So you can upgrade here for UPS or whatnot. You can't upgrade. You're getting, what they give you. The other thing is packing. When you go to eBay and you buy something, you don't know how it's going to come. You don't know how it's going to come packed. You don't even know who the seller is. You don't know what the seller looks like. You have no idea. You're just bidding because you want this. Way over here and whatnot, you know exactly what the seller looks like. Chances are he's got a good reputation, so he's going to pack good, or he or she is going to pack good. And one, they want you to come back. If you're becoming a seller on whatnot, you're becoming a seller to become a continuous seller. Because like I said, they do the background check and they do all these checks. So you're doing it to become a continuous seller. So you don't want your reputation ruined. So chances are they're going to pack really good for you. So you got to worry about your packing being all screwed up. And another thing is what they do. They might help you out. Like, say they're selling a set of books that are quite a bit of weight. Well, if they knock that, price down or the weight down for you and say, hey, it might help you out. And then they can add it on later, because everything else later is only $1. So they might help you out that way. But is what I guess the end question should be, is what not worth it? Absolutely. Especially if you're looking for out of print books. Like I said, I'm talking comic industry here, so out of print books, CGCs. There's all kinds of good stuff on here that you can find that you might not find somewhere else. Or you watch the person. You're one of the following. You watch them on YouTube. You just haven't moved over to Whatnot yet. Move over to Whatnot. Check it out. It's worth it. Chances are, if you're in the same thing they are, they might have what you're looking for. Also, they do giveaways on there. So, and they do the person who spends the most. So maybe spending a little bit more on this, even though you know you can get it for cheaper, maybe it's worth it to you because they're doing a giveaway for whoever spends the most, and maybe you want that prize of whoever spends the most. So you can always do that. Also, there are some auctions where it's not what's in the box, but it's more of a surprise box. Some of those start off at like 300, 400, 500, usually around 300, where most auctions are starting off at $1. Now, the seller can choose on what they want to start the auction off as. But if you're doing one of these surprise boxes, again, these people have good reputations. They want to keep doing this, okay? So they want a good reputation. So they're not going to screw you if they say it's a $600 value in this box or $700 value, and they start to bid off at $300, and all of a sudden you're spending X amount of money, but you have no idea what's in the box. Chances are what's in that box is worth that amount that they told you before you started bidding on it. So you're not going to get screwed there because, again, they have a reputation. They're building their reputation, especially on Whatnot, because Whatnot is still a early app. It does have some bugs. Sometimes you do have to exit out of the app and then get back into the app. Now, when you enter in a giveaway, people always say, like, how do I do the giveaway? How do I get in the giveaway? The seller will pin a thing at the bottom, and it says enter giveaway. You hit enter giveaway. Now, sometimes the app does screw up. So if you get kicked out or something messes up and you have to hurry up and get out of it and get back into it, and it says enter giveaway again, you're not in it twice, okay? You're not in it twice. Or if you do it 3 or 4 times, you're not into it 3 or 4 times. It automatically pulls them back out, and then you're into it again. You're only into it 1 time. So I'm pretty sure that might be not a bug on the app, but I'm pretty sure it's making sure that people don't leave the app. If you're not in there, like if you're not part of it, you can't be part of the giveaway, is what it pretty much is. What I'm pretty much assuming it is after watching it quite a few times and being part of this quite a few times. I know it don't add you multiple times. And I know if you leave the app, you're kicked out of the giveaway. So I'm pretty sure it's something you got to be part of to do the giveaway. Now, the other thing is, this is so much quicker than YouTube auctions. This is so much quicker than eBay auctions. Like I said, on eBay, you could be waiting 1 to 2 weeks. On YouTube, they could have, 15 lots. And 15 lots takes an hour and a half to get through. Whatnot deals with everything. Guys, all you're doing is hitting the yellow button. And like I said, it takes care of the sniping problem. So you could get through 50, 60 lots in an hour. It goes by like that, especially depending on what the seller puts the time to. A lot of the sellers started off as a minute and moved down to 30 seconds because 30 seconds moves it a little bit quicker, and you still got time to bid. You still got time to research, and like I said, you could always go and be prepared for that one thing you want to buy. You see it on their list. Hit that bottom tag on the bottom right, and then check out that list. You will see what's there. You can always check it. Now, if it's lots, I know you can't check it. Sometimes they might give you a minute. But like I said, you can hurry up, move that app over, have your other app ready. That one doesn't close out. It's still open, so you can hurry up, type it in like eBay and see what it's worth, or whatever, wherever website. Check and see what it's worth. So is Whatnot worth it? Again, yes, it's absolutely worth it. It helps out some of these people on YouTube grow because it's able for them to keep moving stuff in and out. Moving in and out, you know what I mean? Because you're not going to keep, when you're YouTubing and you're reviewing everything, you're not going to keep all the stuff forever. You got to move stuff out to have new stuff to review. So on you Whatnot, that helps them move stuff out to bring new stuff in. It's a cool app, very cool app, and it's, like I said, it's a quick app. It's getting it now versus waiting. So it definitely beats out eBay. And it definitely beats out like auctions on YouTube. So is it worth it? Again, absolutely. Look for the person that you are following on YouTube. Check them out over here. There's quite a few people on there that are started doing it a little while back. Kind of still new to it, but they're all getting used to it. It's growing and everything is good over there. So if you haven't been over there, definitely go check it out, guys. It is worth a shot. If you don't know, now you know. Peace. We'll see you on the next one.
decide if you're ever gonna